We went directly to Chile with land airlines. From there we went to Puerto Natales and then into Torres till Paine. This map shows you the anti-clockwise direction we took on the track. From the Hotel La Torre number 1 back to the hotel. Patagonia has some of the most spectacular scenery in South America. "23 Australians have arrived in Patagonia. This area is commonly known as Torres till Paine, and we're about to set off on a great adventure into the wilds of Patagonia. Our guides to this remote area is Andes Mountains, a business that arranges mountaineering and walking trips in South America. One of the group is discussing the weight problems on the walk and is trying to figure out exactly how much you can take.
Quiere que cuando termine, en vez de tener todas las cosas sueltas, las quiere poner en una bolsa amarilla grande que tiene, pero que pesa 500 gramos. Y que dónde la podemos dejar para que él la encuentre el día que llegue. La cara, la bolsa.
No, no hay problema. Sí, no problem.
No.
The driver.
Our first night there, and they've set up a magnificent banquet for us.
And anyone that doesn't look that good has got to give them back. Thank you, Pedro. Very good.
Outside the tent, it's not looking too good. We've got lenticular clouds starting to form, and that usually indicates a little bit of bad weather coming. With our first day over, we're starting to pack up for our 6-day trip into the backcountry. A closer view of the demolishing of the main camp. We're off on the first day of our exciting adventure into the wilds of Patagonia. We've got gauchos coming in on our left with a group of horses from the backcountry. Our first day's walk is through private property until we get to the national park boundary. Yesterday morning it was a perfect day. This will give you an idea on how fast the weather changes around here. Our next campsite, Dixon, approximately 6 hours away depending on the wind conditions. It's extremely windy this morning. Hopefully everything works out well. As we head down towards the river, we encounter some of South America's bird life.
Sorry, Ron! I thought it was your hat! Your butt cover! Don't get lost, sorry!
About 3 hours into the walk, we head up over a pass and encounter an 80-kilometre-hour wind heading our way. This wind will blow you off your feet if you're not too careful. And this is it, the start of the national park. The wind is getting stronger by the minute. It won't be long, someone will get blown off their feet very shortly. Take a look at that. We're heading in that direction.
Couldn't stop.
This is our first stop for the day. We're just trying to get out of the wind.
Yes.
The only way to get food in is by horseback. That was our last campsite food drop. Our third campsite, we're fairly high up into the mountains now, and it has been snowing this morning. It's been quite remarkable. Just a light flutter of snow. Nothing like a nice shower in the morning, but this is the shower cubicles. It's looking very promising. We're heading in that general direction this morning, so we better head off.
Hey, there he is, the roving.
I don't know how many hours we've been walking today, but we're already starting to get a little bit on the tired side. The section of the forest being quite badly damaged by numerous storms that have come through the area. It's a matter of checking the shoelaces just to make sure that they don't come undone. On the walk so far we've encountered a number of different sort of bridges, and this is just one of them. We're walking up to a glacial wall. This is where the glacier stopped many years ago, and it is incredibly windy. And there it is, across the lake, halfway up the mountain. We're looking at the view up John Gardner Pass. That's our objective for tomorrow, and there's a lot of snow on it at the moment. Our campsite is probably only an hour away, and it'll be great to get into a warm tent. The weather's not looking the best at the moment, and up the valley I'm not too sure what's going to happen tomorrow. Pretty big mountain barrier. We've had the fourth night here, and we're just packing up this morning to head off up to the pass. A lot of snow up there, and we've just been organised to take one layer of gear off. So we're ready to go now. The conditions are getting more and more adventurous as we go higher into the backcountry. A little grunt and it'll get you up and over. Everyone's starting to slow down a little bit here. and we're encountering strong winds at these altitudes.
That is stunning.
There's the pass out there. Ian's just been hit by a heavy gust of wind, and it's thrown him completely off his feet onto the rocks. Ian's getting some medical attention. He's done a little bit of damage to his lips and possible chest there. We're starting to get blown around here at the moment. This is the last tree line. We're climbing some steep snow sections on this walk, and it is getting difficult. Quite a number of people have been blown off their feet. We can see the pass. It's not too far away. We've decided to sit down for a rest and wait for the others in the group. Here it is, the pass. We can just see Gray's Glacier in the distance, and we think the wind's howling at over 100 kilometres an hour here. We've just come down off the saddle. It's a bit less windy down here. With the pass in the background, we've encountered some really steep sections of snow. This is going to get quite difficult and very tricky in spots. Here we have Gray's Glacier, and there's timber all over the place here at the moment. It looks like storms have been through here quite consistently. After a number of hours walking, we have encountered a tricky ladder ascent. Everyone seems to be getting up it okay there. Here we have a magnificent beech forest. It's wonderful to walk through these sort of areas. Well, one goes up and one must come down. Another descent on a ladder. Exciting ladder. Head to the glacier right now in this ravine. Campsite at Glacier Grey. And out there a few icebergs floating down with snow from last night. Now this is what I call wind. One of our guides is trying to learn to fly. I am.
Oh, good.
We're here at the second last refuge. This is a rather large place, and naturally it's starting to snow. At this latitude, the wind is fairly constant, but it makes some beautiful patterns on these lakes. Well, it'd be interesting to know what this sign said. From here, a group of 6 people have headed off up the valley to have a look at the horns. We're up at an altitude where we can hear avalanches on both sides of us. And the wind is incredibly constant at this latitude. It's quite amazing. It just never stops. We're at snow level now and we can see the horns on the right hand side. They look quite spectacular. What a rare event! Condors, 4 of them flying above us. You don't often see waterfalls going up instead of down. We've got 90 to 100 km/h winds happening here at the moment. This will be the last view of the horns as we disappear around the corner. Half a kilometre up the track, a special event unfolds. A guanaco giving birth. We only stay for a few minutes to watch this wonderful event until we say goodbye to Torres or Paine and this lovely land.